The video you're about to watch is dedicated to my father, who passed away on March 5th, 2025. He always taught me to put your fellow man first. And if you can make somebody else's life better, you make your life better, because this world becomes a better place. Please watch this video till the end and help however you can. Thank you very much.
A Bond Hill man is fighting for his life after he was hit by a car early Sunday morning. He's had several surgeries, and his family says doctors had to remove some of his organs.
Malik was just walking home from work when he was hit by a car, and now he's fighting for his life. Malik suffered serious injuries, and he's had 5 surgeries so far.
My brother had a kidney taken out, half of his liver, his spleen, broken bones from his spine, rib cage, a broken leg, all the way up his pelvis, broken arm, 3 fractures in like his chin, and he had to get his jaw rewired. And I just thank God my brother is like a warrior right now. This too shall pass. My brother will definitely pull through this by God's grace, and we just asking for all our prayer warriors right now.
I had the honor of meeting Malik spontaneously out of nowhere. I had no idea who he was before I met him. He was going to light a bonfire at the place that we're staying at here in Grand Canyon, Arizona. And I asked him a few questions. He told me a story, and I asked him, is it possible to record this? Because people need to hear your story. And I feel that I can help you bring your mission and fulfill your mission a whole lot faster. So he agreed, and the interview you're about to watch is an informal conversation around a bonfire between myself and Malik. Check it out, and once again, please help however you can. Thank you. So I'm sitting here in Clear Skies Resort in Arizona in the Grand Canyon, and I met this guy right here. We're about the same age. I'm 27, he's 26, and he works here. We were lighting this fire behind the camera, and he started just telling me his story. And it broke my heart, and also kind of gave me a lot of motivation at the same time, because in the first 3 to 4 minutes of having a conversation, what I learned about this amazing individual is what he went through. And maybe you can share some of that, but I'm just going to give you guys some bullet points. By the age of 26 years old, he was in a car accident that almost killed him. A truck basically hit him and put him in a very, very severe situation. He lost his father about a few months ago. Both of his sisters are dead, and both of his brothers were murdered. And yet somehow he's here, smiling, speaking to me in a way that I speak to the rest of the world, which is giving motivation, giving light, and showing people the silver lining in every single situation there is. So you don't know me, and I know you only for a few minutes, but I want to share my intention here, and then I want to dive into your story. My intention is, number one, coming from a perspective of seeing somebody in a position that I can't compare myself at all, but I had my own hardships. And if somebody did what we're doing now for me a few years ago, it might have brought me a whole lot further, a whole lot quicker. And thank God God had a plan and brought me real far. But I see you, and I see your light, and I see the light in your eyes, and I see what you've been through. And I feel that the world will want to hear your story, ultimately because you want to take that and share it with the world, and you want to give back to the world by turning a lot of darkness into a lot of light. So first and foremost, what is your name?
My name is Malik Robinson.
Malik Robinson, where are you from?
I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio.
And what brought you here? I remember you said it's either you come to a place like this and you move to a place like this because you're either running away from something or a fresh start, and that's how we got into your conversation. What brought you here?
A fresh start, but honestly, it was answered prayers. I was at a place of, where life was difficult. I didn't, know really how to put one foot in front of the other, but I had faith. I had so much coming against me, and like you said, my father passed away a couple months ago, very unexpected, and the worst part about it is I had oppression from family members while I was going through it. I was my father's only son, and I felt like I didn't get a chance to put him away the right way. But so I was just at a place with God, and I only had faith and prayers, and I was like, God, I know you didn't bring me through death, bring me through all the losses that I've been through for me to just stay in the midst of what I'm going through.
When you were in that accident, you were 21, 22 years old?
No, 23.
23 years old. And what happened exactly?
So I had just finished college a couple months before.
Where'd you go to college?
I went to Columbus State University and Valor Christian College.
And what was your plan after college?
My plan after college was to go into ministry and do a bit of screenwriting.
Screenwriting. And now this accident comes your way. You said a truck hit you. I saw, you know, the news articles and all that. What happened after that? How did it change your life?
It altered some situations, but it never really changed my mindset. You know, I always remained the same person and had the same vision. Even though I was going through that, I heard a quote spoken by Inky Johnson. He said, people don't burn out because of what they do. People burn out because life makes them forget why they do it. And even though I had went through that hardship, my purpose was still stronger than what I was going through.
When you say hardship, what are the physical things that actually happened in this accident?
My right leg was broke up to my pelvis. I had to get a rod in my leg. My right arm was broke. My nose was broke. My jaw was shattered in 3 different places. I had to get my jaw reconstructed. I had to get a trach in my neck. They took my spleen, a kidney. They cut out most of my liver, and injuries in my spine. My spine was broke. My ribs were broke.
How long were you in the hospital for?
About 4 months.
And I mean, what allowed you to get through that time without saying, I just want to end this all?
Just if we being transparent, just having another opportunity. This wasn't. I didn't get a chance to tell you this, but this wasn't the first time that I came in contact with a situation of death, and I was blessed and fortunate to come on the other side of that, and I felt like this was the awakening. Like, okay, now it's time to get it right. You lost your little brother, you lost family members, you lost your cousin, but those aren't excuses. Reasons aren't excuses.
So now, within the same year of your accident, you were telling me about your 2 sisters. What happened there?
One of my sisters I was very, very close with. After the accident, I kind of was done wrong by family members in a situation with GoFundMe money. They received GoFundMe, and you know, a lot of it I had to fend, you know, for myself.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Meaning they set up a GoFundMe page for you?
A GoFundMe
And when
page.
you say there were hardships with family members, what happened exactly?
Yeah, they raised a GoFundMe that made thousands of dollars, and I didn't really get to see much of it. And I really didn't hear much from them. So I was left to stay with other long extended family members, like of my mom's friend, you know, auntie, and you know, like I said, it wasn't I didn't, you know, it was support, but somewhat, but it wasn't the best support. I felt like it was always with a motive.
Certain individuals took that from you.
Yeah.
You got through that back to your sisters.
Yeah.
So you had one sister, something terrible happened, and it kind of kept going there.
Yeah. So one sister that I had talked to every day, me and her talked every single day after the accident, because I didn't have much family. We lost contact because my phone was stolen at a church while I was doing choir rehearsals.
Yeah.
My phone was stolen, and it led to us not being able to talk to each other for a couple months, and I wasn't able to work. I wasn't cleared to work yet, and I ended up getting one of those free government phones that they give out, and I was using that for a while, and I got a message that she was dead a couple months after, and found out later that she was murdered at a behavioral hospital. She left behind 4 girls, and a week after her funeral, I had another sister commit suicide who left behind 3 boys.
How old was she?
She was 36.
And on top of that, you had two brothers that were also murdered.
Yeah. So my junior year of college, my little brother, he was murdered. Kind of like, a lot of people don't know, but we had a conversation shortly before he passed, and he was intrigued on my transformation. Like, how do you go from what you were doing in life to now you in college, you know, you're doing this and you know, you're doing well. You know, he's picking my brain, and I basically told him of some events that took place that happened, like, basically when I was 15, 16. My mom had moved me to Georgia to keep me out of trouble, and there was a friend who I used to run with. We came from rough situations to going to a school where most people had two-parent households, income $250,000, you know, good money. And we were lucky to wear 2-3 pair of shoes a week. And being honest and transparent, we lived a fast lifestyle of getting things the wrong way. And this friend in particular, there was a plan that we were supposed to do together, and I wasn't able to do it with him because argument in the house, and I had to I went to my auntie's house for the weekend. He ended up going to do it without me and was murdered on the mission. And
I just want to ask you, on a big picture topic here, again, you're 26, we're both young.
Yeah.
But going through all of that by 26 is something that most people don't get through. And yet you're sitting here and you're not acting as though you're this victim, and you're turning it into something powerful. How do you make something like that happen?
Honestly, it's when you come in contact with death, I heard someone say, it's like a shade is pulled up on your life, and now you see life for what it's really worth, and now you see what they say, time is the most valuable commodity that we have. So you either dig a hole or you dig out of a hole. But the situations that's brought to come to you, you know, I feel like everything happens for a reason. Those afflictions set me up to pray more. They made me a stronger man. They made me more independent, you know, that's really where I get it from. I want to create a great legacy away from what I went through, and I can't do that if I'm feeling sorry for myself.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
I see myself being established as a speaker, professional development, married, maybe have one or on my second kid or something like that, and you know, stable.
So you want to use what you went through, essentially turn it into something bigger, use that to teach people, motivate people going through the same situation.
Absolutely, and just basically to prepare them. Basically, you're going to go through hardships in life, and there's a saying about Rocky. He told his son, he said, the world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a reality. He said, it's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you think you are, it'll beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. He said, me, you, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life, but it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward, how much you can take and keep moving forward. You know, that's how winning is done. And it's just, nothing killed me, so I'm still here, and you know, I'm not a victim to any of those circumstances, and I want to use that. This is a perfect opportunity to use this to be of inspiration to others.
So a few months ago, my father passed away on March 5th, 2025. Yours passed away January 16th, 2025, likewise. And he always taught me something. He always taught me, you always help your fellow man first. And it's great for you to be good and you to have whatever you need in your life, but you help the person next to you first. And if you can make somebody else's life a better life, you've made your life a better life, and you've made this world a better world. And that's what part of what inspired me to ask you on a very spontaneous basis, let's do this thing. And I asked you to ask your boss if it was okay to, during working hours, sit here and have a conversation, because I feel that this can bring you very far, and in turn bring a lot of people very far in life from the work that you're going to do. So I'm going to ask you for a few things to help you move forward. Number one, I need you to create a YouTube channel. And that YouTube channel will be linked in the description below this video. I'd like for you to create an Instagram if you already have one, make a new one in alignment with the YouTube channel, in the vision and on the mission of what you're going for. No matter how small you start, I started very small and became very big because people resonated with the story that I was sharing and people resonated with the truth. Beyond that, and this is more so because I understand your situation, I'd like to, if I'm going to ask everybody to help and support beyond just subscribing on YouTube and following on Instagram and seeing what you're doing and what you have to offer to the world, I think everybody deserves a fresh start. And you came here for a fresh start. You came here for, I would say, a second chance, but you've had many situations like this, and you got more lives than a cat. And I think that that's a very, very big blessing in terms of what life is actually trying to bring you to. So that GoFundMe that was essentially taken from you, I'd like to ask you, and I can help you do this, to make a new one. To make a new one with a goal showing exactly what you're going to be used certain money for, to be able to bring you to the next level. Because for what you want to do, you can't stay over here. You got to go somewhere that's bigger. You got to be in a place where you can do this work, and you got to have a cushion to start that work. So with that GoFundMe that both of us are going to set up, but it's going to be yours and only yours with only your access to it. There's going to be a link in the description below this video to set that up. I'm going to start with the first donation of $10,000. And from there, we will keep moving forward. And I ask everybody that's watching this video, please support him. He's my age. He's doing something big. He wants to do something bigger. And that's how we make this world a better place. So I feel blessed that I was able to meet you tonight, man. Really.
Blessed.
Thank you, Malik.
Me too. Thank you, brother.
I want to see you go to a good place, dude. I know you can. The fact that you made it there or here, the fact that you're like on your feet right now, I'm in shock. I'm in shock, really. And I have a good feeling about you. While we were talking, we were talking around the fire, and I'm like, I gotta sit down with this guy right now. I gotta be able to right now. So a lot of people will see it, and I know a lot of people will help. They're good people that want to help people like you, and ultimately it's not, the last thing we ever do is handouts. It's taking this to turn into something big, and just like you got something, you got to continue to pay it forward, which I know you will. God bless you, man.